I've worked with heaps of triathletes whose primary goal is to race faster, and they're keen to explore anything that will help them do that. There's one thing that they keep circling back to, and although they think it might be a big benefit for them, it can actually end up doing more harm than good. I'm talking about losing weight during the race season, this fabled race weight, and by the end of this video, you'll know the potential benefits to losing weight, as well as the potential risks, like how it could actually worsen your performance. And if you're new here, then hey, my name's James, and I'm a registered sport and exercise nutritionist. I work with amateur and professional endurance athletes to help them train and race better, improve their recovery, and do all of this in a healthy fashion. This whole topic of race weight comes up time and time again with myself and my one-on-one clients that I work with. Lots of us see the potential benefits of losing weight, and in my mind, there are three themes which are all linked. A lower body fat percentage, meaning a better body composition. An improved power to weight ratio, particularly helpful for cycling and running. And feeling race ready, a mental preference to your racing weight. All three of these might help you perform better in triathlon or individual disciplines such as cycling or running. Carrying less fat and having a higher proportion of lean mass reduces the energy required to move your body during exercise. So this essentially improves markers such as your watts per kilo, which is an established metric for stratifying performance. The end result is that you can go faster while expending the same energy as before, or go the same speed as before for less energy. And I know I typically feel better as well if I'm slightly leaner. I feel ready to race and like I'm transforming into a wonderfully capable triathlete who can go super speeds. Although the reality is quite different, especially at the moment. But it would be wrong to completely ignore how someone might feel if they are lighter. And that, plus the potential direct performance benefits, makes it seem like losing weight to get race ready is an inviting idea. Unfortunately, it's not as simple as saying lighter and leaner is better. As with most things, there's some nuance involved, and it's important to consider the risks. By understanding these, you give yourself the power to ensure that you're not sabotaging your training, leading to poor results, injury, illness, and burnout. I'll tell you how I approach weight management with my clients that I work with. But before that, let's run through three big risks to losing weight. When you lose weight, it's almost inevitable that you will lose some muscle at the same time. Your body will know it's in a calorie deficit and it will need some nutrients, chiefly protein, to keep its normal functions running. Your diet is the biggest source of protein, but another brilliant source is your muscles, and they can start to be broken down to liberate amino acids for your body to use in all its various clever processes. It is technically possible to maintain muscle mass and solely lose fat mass, but it requires thorough optimization of diet and exercise, and strength training is crucial to maintain muscle mass, and we're talking more than once a week. But if you think that the aim for most people when getting race ready is performance, how will that be affected by losing a combination of fat and muscle? The answer is a net neutral or possibly even net negative change. Now, of course, it may be that you lose proportionately more fat and it is worth it, but is that a risk to take during race season? This is also more relevant the leaner you already are. You have less fat to lose, which means you are far more likely to lose muscle mass at the same time, and we're going to talk about that later. But before that, we should talk about race-specific sessions and how it is so important to get these right and fuel them well, and this is a big one and could dramatically change your performance. This is the time of year when your training sessions really matter. I mean, obviously, they do all year round, but your body is probably going to be under its biggest load of the year, and it's working hard to adapt and make you better. You'll be doing more intervals at your target race intensities, and you're looking for peak performance. By nature, losing weight means you have to be in a calorie deficit, which means that you'll be underfueling your training and not matching demands with intake. So you're going to find your sessions harder, and there's a potential that you don't make the improvements that you should because of this. Now again, it's not impossible to still fuel your training well whilst you're in a calorie deficit, and to do this, you really need to optimize your diet and ensure that your pre, during, and post-training nutrition is spot on. But if you're training for performance, do you want to take that risk? By the way, you can sign up for my free short course on triathlon fueling, which goes through how to fuel before, during, and after your training. And the link is in the comments and description of this video. Whilst the direct negative impacts of weight loss, such as muscle loss or underfueling your training, might be clearly noticeable, there are some that fly under the radar. Unchecked weight loss, especially rapid weight loss or weight loss over an extended period of time, can start to impact your heart, reproductive, bone, and mental health. There's something called relative energy deficiency in sport, which thankfully is becoming more well known and understood. In short, it's the term given to the potential consequences of being in a calorie deficit, hence the energy deficiency part. It's recognized that this can contribute to weakening of your bones, mood disruption, and impact your immune system. And RED-S can take months to recover from. And the tricky thing is most people don't know they're straying into this territory until it's too late. It's often put down to just being a bit tired, being a bit stressed, not sleeping quite as well as normal, but it's way more significant than that. And this isn't to scare you or say it's not worth losing weight, but instead helping you to have a broader understanding, to allow you to make the correct decision, and to be aware that if you're developing symptoms, you need to do something about it. One of the things I ask my clients to do is look out for changes to their mood. So this might be being more irritated, feeling grumpy or low, as well as recording their motivation for training. And if things start becoming negative, I'll tend to suggest adding more calories into their day. Then you can also look at objective measurements like pace or power. If your ability to hold a certain power is decreasing, then you know something is wrong and should be acting on it. Alright, so what's some practical advice on weight management during race season? Well, my honest advice is this: don't try to lose weight during race season. About 4 to 6 weeks out from racing, I tend to advise my clients to instead start fueling their sessions fully and accepting the weight that they're at. Now, there might be some exceptions here because sometimes it is still the correct option. And when I'm working one-on-one, I can properly manage nutrition and look out for concerning features. But once we're into this 4 to 6 week range, it's usually far better to focus nailing your training sessions and supporting your body to make positive adaptations. And then once race season is over, you can revisit weight loss. This helps to keep you safe by fueling properly when your body is under the most strain, both mentally and physically, reducing the chance of you getting injured or burning out. It's hard to say just how important this is, but the truth is that it can be hard to accept. But take it from someone who has worked with a variety of individuals of different shapes and sizes and been involved in amateur and professional sport. Focus on fueling your training and racing properly and save weight goals for off-season. Now, the million-dollar question: do you need to lose weight? I won't presume to be able to give you a specific answer here because it's a very personal thing made up of multiple factors. However, my standard take on this is if your BMI is below 23, then you don't need to lose weight. Now, if your BMI is over that, it doesn't mean that you need to lose weight, and I'm not specifically suggesting you should. It's just a simple metric that can be used to help guide those who are interested in the topic, and from experience, that's a lot of you. The potential benefits of weight loss if your BMI is under 23 is negligible when compared to fueling your training optimally, hitting your sessions, and firing on all cylinders. Now, another big issue with triathletes is poor fueling during long sessions, like long running. And if you would like to learn how to make your long runs more productive and feel full of energy, then check out this video here.